5 ago. No. I'm just teasing. I did that for yeah, can I make sure you didn't okay, yeah. Question number 7. What are the top 3 challenges facing the city and how will you address them?
The top 3, wow, I have a lot more than 3 that are on my list. I guess if I break it down in segments, just with the city administration side, just making sure our employees are taken care of, because if we're doing our employees right, then we're going to get good work out of them. We're going to get positive communication with the citizens. We're going to reap so many benefits. That's one big challenge, maybe not the biggest. The next one, obviously, we just talked about this, is the infrastructure, capital improvements. We've started our plan with that. We need to continue on with that. We don't need to drop it. I think some of you have mentioned how things have come up and then they've just dropped and died by the wayside. You know, come June, everybody forgets what they promised in May. We don't need to do that. And then third, let's all just be nice. I've had a really rough 2 weeks. Mutual respect for everybody, both sides, you know, goes back to listening, communicating, that type of thing amongst all of us. We just all need to be nice.
Talking about most of this is all afternoon, you know, infrastructure, our city government, communications, so forth. I think all of us have a plan that we need to work, and you know that plan is going to involve your input to the city, our communications back to you, however we decide to work that out in whatever form it takes. As Michelle said, let's be nice to each other. Let's respect each other, and you know, let's respect your thoughts. And sometimes let's agree not to agree. I mean, why make a big fight about it? Everybody has an opinion on how things should be put together, and there are different priorities from everybody in every section of town. You know, somebody over in Crown Point wants to put up a carport, you know, and some of the neighbors around you don't want to see a carport. Well, if they do it right, you know, it looks pretty nice. I've seen some of the carports over there. They look decent, you know. So we have to handle things as they come down the road. You know? Again, we're talking about 3 top things. We've got a dozen or more. And we need to start in the beginning to put our administration back together, to get things under control as far as our spending goes, and then start working together. That's key to anything that we're going to do in the future.
Problems. I want to say,
Correction? What are the top 3 challenges?
yes, sir.
Okay, I want to make
Thank
sure.
you. Thank
You
you.
hear the question?
Getting responsible behavior out of our council is 1, 2, and 3. I'm sorry. I think all of it's going to follow after we get communications. Okay? We get a council that starts acting responsibly, and they let the mayor do her job. Now, I can't just bail on that and cop out with just that one answer. We've got infrastructure issues with the sewer treatment plant. Every time we have a heavy rain, this west side plant dumps raw sewage into the creek. Okay, it's going into Eagle Mountain Lake. Probably makes the fishing good for Kenny, but okay. We've got to have. I mean, the challenge is to take us out of this quagmire that we're in. The city's in a. I've only been here 3 years, but we're in a quagmire. We're stuck. We're flailing. We're not working together. We're not being nice. Okay? We're not respecting each other. Okay? Politics is all about compromise. Okay? I'm not going to get everything I want. You're not going to get everything you want. But we have to listen to each other. We have to work together. That's what our country is built on. Okay? We see what all the bickering is doing up in Washington. Right? Everybody liked what happened with our federal government. Well, you know, we're doing the same thing here. We're no different, but we can fix it here. Thank you.
You know, that's an attitude problem. And I've heard that the last 50 years around here. You know, why change? Why do this? Why, you know, it won't work. You know, the attitudes of the people, council, as they approach the people as they approach each other, and the people as they look at society in general. I mean, nobody wants to live in downtown Dallas. That's why they come to Rome. But downtown Dallas is beginning to move this way. And the attitude that I can live in the past is not true. You know, I've been around here longer than most people have. It's here. And I guess it's different now than what it was 10 years ago, let alone 20 years ago. I think that to change the attitude of the people toward the environment that we live in, to change the council's attitude toward the problems that the people have, and to understand that things are going to change. And you've got to, like everybody said, get along, you know. I've always said if I can't be at odds with Sam on any political matter in the world, just get the knockdown drag out and then go drink coffee when we get through. That's what it's got to be.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, politics are politics, but friendship should stay forever. And I think those are the three challenges that we have to accomplish those three things, and we can move forward.
With that, because you've got challenges inside of challenges. When I jumped in with my feet on this thing, my original feeling was we've got to get our own house in order. You can't go running around trying to fix somebody else's backyard if yours is a mess. And within that, I found three challenges. These are small challenges, but that's where you start. You start small before you start trying to address the bigger things. The three smaller things that I found, first of all, resolve the problematic personnel issues that have squandered taxpayer money, city resources, and community goodwill. That's almost number one, because that's what's hitting the newspaper every 2 weeks. And consuming enormous amounts of time with the council. The number two issue is going to be get the costs under control. That means you stop the wasteful spending. You identify inefficiencies. Pay down the debts. Pay them off if preferable. Reduce the deficits. Again, eliminate them if you can. Prioritize expenditures. Utilize an interview process when you go to appointing when you go to filling open positions. Contract services. I realize it's under $50,000, but you got contract services. Don't just appoint somebody because there's a friend of the council. Go get competitive bids. Solicit and consider competitive bids for these services, because I think we can get a better deal. The number three, and actually it's not even number three, it's more up there by number one. We've got folks in our community that don't have clean drinking water that come out of their taps. That is something that's got, you cannot have anybody in your community that turns on that tap and that water smells and is undrinkable. That is absolutely unacceptable. Those are my three things within the big three things, and I'd be happy to address those later since I'm out of time.